Hi, hello. Welcome to another TBR video. I do have a few books that I am carrying into August. Wow, that's crazy. One of which was on my TBR for July, and that is Severed Heart by Kate Stewart. I did start this book. As you can see, I am only 86 pages in, but I had to take a pause because I have to start my book club's book for the month. Sorry if you can hear my dog. I had to put this on pause so that I can read my book club's book for July. I have to start that this weekend and hope that I finish it by the end of the month. But yes, so I did start this and I will hopefully be continuing and finishing this in August. And then the other one that I have is Night in the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I just got this in from my library, so I will be reading this probably after my book club book, so that I make sure I have enough time to read it and return it when it needs to be returned. But I'm so excited to read this book. I recently read the Shepherd King duology, if you didn't see that anywhere, and I really enjoyed it. And I am excited to read her new one as well. But yeah, so I'm going to still pick, I think, 6 books, even though I have those 2, and Severed Heart is massive. I still think I'm going to pick 6. I have 2 new releases that I am excited for this month that I'm going to try and get if I can. One of which is Accomplice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. It's the 3rd book in the Assistant to the Villain series. I don't know if that's the name of the series, but the first book is Assistant to the Villain. So that is the first book I have my eye out for that comes out in August. And the second book is Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. That one is the 3rd book, and I believe the final book in the Lakefront Billionaire series. So I'm really excited for that one as well. That one is a marriage of convenience, I believe, or engagement of convenience, or arranged marriage / engagement. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that they don't always fully get along, the 2 people, because you get snippets of them obviously throughout the other books in the series. So those are 2 books I have my eye on. And then I also still have my spring / summer TBR that I created that I haven't been doing that great on, to be honest. I have quite a few of the books here. I would like to get to a good majority of these books in August, because in my brain, August ends, fall starts. But yeah, so we still have quite a few books here, and then I do want to get to the names as well so I can return it to her, but I do have quite a few options for books. I'm going to try and stick to these ones here, but if I can't, we'll move on to the other ones. I do also have my 25 and 2025 books listed here. A lot of them are fantasy, which I will probably read in the fall / winter, so the second half of the year. I'd like to get to a majority of those, but there are a few on here that are not, like a few romances and stuff that I would like to get to very soon. But anyways, we're just going to go ahead and start picking the prompts. Okay, first one. I think I only have one. We have a book with a number in the title. A book with a number in the title. Let's see these ones that I want to read. But Marie was here. Smells like love. Going on vacation, summer stirs. The names. Oh, the lucky one. One for my enemy. All right. We have The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I think I want to read that in the fall, though. I don't know why. It gives me fall vibes. Not sure where something had a place. Sky, rat, told, John Bone. Let's see. I don't have a lot. 6 of Crows I can't get to until I read Shadow and Bone. Okay, so I think I just have these 2 to pick from, which I have One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. This was on my TBR for July, and I didn't get to it, and I do really want to get to this book. And then we also have The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks, which I've seen this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie, and I've never actually read a Nicholas Sparks book. I feel like it would be pretty easy read considering it is a romance book, I'm pretty sure. It's under 400 pages. And I do really want to get to this one as well, but I do feel like this one would be better suited for fall. This one is just over 400 pages, so there's not really much of a size difference between the 2. It's so funny because the number in the title for both of them is 1. And I love this cover though also. I love this cover. This is like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but they're rival witch families, I'm pretty sure. And that just sounds really interesting to me. I might save it for the fall. Have been drawn to it lately. I think I'm going to pick The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks, though, because I never read a Nicholas Sparks book, and I do remember that I enjoyed this movie. Is it going to make me cry? Probably. We'll see. So I'm going to add that one to the TBR and put this one back. And I believe that one was on my spring summer TBR too, so that's a plus. Okay, next prompt. Okay, let's see, what do we got? What do we got? This is a short one. What is it? No. We have TBR Graveyard. Okay, so in case you've never seen a TBR video of mine before, a TBR Graveyard is another separate little jar that has a bunch of slips in it with names of books on them that are books that I have had on my TBR for a long time that I haven't picked up. And also ones that like I haven't had as long, but I'm not as drawn to picking them up. So there's a lot of like thrillers on here. And I doubt any of these are on there. Maybe this one. Actually, I think I've picked this one before, and I don't think I put it back in the thing. So I didn't read it. I'm scared of the TBR Graveyard, you guys. Okay. I'm scared. I'm scared. It feels long. Oh no. Oh no, it's a long one. I'm scared. Okay. The Many Daughters of Fong Moy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I picked this up at a library book sale. And I remember seeing a lot about this book. And I don't really remember a ton about what it's about. But nonetheless, I am excited about it. This is another one where like cover don't mind. This, I gotta take that off, but this cover is pretty, and I think that's probably what drew me to this. Also, the fact that I have seen it talked about before. So that is the next book on our TBR. Will I get to it? I don't know. Okay, let's hope no more TBR graveyards would be great. I'm scared of those. That one isn't the worst option though, because I was really hoping not to get a thriller. So I'm not really in the mood for a thriller, unless it's one I can like read on my Kindle or potentially get an audiobook for. All right, next one. Okay, what is it? Let's see. A New York Times bestseller. New York Times bestseller. Okay, New York Times bestselling author. Does that count? Okay, this one is. Oh, and this one. Oh no. Oh my gosh, so many. All of the ones that I want to read. Okay, these ones just say, these two both say New York Times bestselling author, so I'm not going to go with those ones because this one is new, so I'm not really sure. I'm sure that one's a New York Times bestseller, but okay, I'm going to stick with these four options. So, okay, this one I know that I'm going to read because I'm pretty sure I got the audiobook through Libby for this one. And this one is on my TBR for July as well, so I might actually get to this before the end of July. So I don't think I'm going to pick this one, even though I'm very interested in this one. This is like a past, present timeline, like historical love story type book, I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited to get to this one, but I don't think I'm going to put it on my TBR for this month because, like I said, I have the audiobook for it. And I think I might get to it before the end of the month if I keep on my track of listening to audiobooks. We also have The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. I picked this up from my library's used bookstore. I really liked the cover of it. I'd never heard of it before. It sounds interesting though. It's basically about divers who work off the coast of Japan, I believe, and it follows them through a few different decades. So I do really want to read this one. I feel like the diving aspect of it makes it feel like a summer book, but to be honest, the other two books that I have as options I'm more drawn to, so we're gonna put that one back as well. Next we have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I do want to read this one before the movie comes out, but I do believe the movie isn't coming out until maybe January, so I have some time. However, it feels very summery. So I do want to read it in August. And this is the last Emily Henry book I have to read other than her newest release, Great Big Beautiful Life, which is right back there. I haven't read that one yet, but I do really want to get to this one. I know this one isn't like a fan favorite of her books based on what I've heard, but I am still optimistic that I might enjoy it. And then the other one that I have is Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. This one is a historical fiction, but I think it's more of like a coming of age best friend story, which I really think I'm going to enjoy. I saw Destiny Sidwell talk about this one when she read it a while ago, and she kind of compared it to Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. And in case you are new here, Kristen Hanna is one of my favorite authors, and Firefly Lane was the first book by her that I read, and I really enjoyed that book, and I still think it is one of my favorite books by her. So I think I would really enjoy this one as well. And I think that they're both, like, I want to read them both. So I hope to get them both on my TBR. You guys, I have no idea what one to pick. I think I'm going to go with Summer Sisters because it just gives me the perfect summer vibes that I'm looking for. So we're going to go with that one. Hopefully I can pick People We Meet on Vacation for a different prompt. But that one, and I really want to get Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston on my TBR too, because I've heard that one is pretty summery. Okay, how many do I have? Okay, 3. So I'm going to pick about 3 more. Give me some good prompts. Give me some good prompts. Okay, we got this one. Let's see. What are you? What are you? A book you could binge in one sitting. Okay, this is a good one. This is a book I would say that is on the shorter side, or something like easily digestible. So actually, I'm going to say Sounds Like Love probably, because I do typically read these books fairly quickly. I want to see how long this is, like the actual 357 pages, and Sounds Like Love. The other option I have that I think I could read fairly quickly is probably The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery, by Gabrielle Zevin. This is a shorter book as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 258 pages. This one's under 300, but I've never read this author's writing before, so I don't actually know. Well, I guess like the formatting of the book is like pretty good. I feel like this could be a quick read as well, but I really think I want to read this one in the summer. So I think that is going to be the one that we go with. Otherwise, I have a few Frederick Bachman books, which I think I could read maybe fairly quickly, but I'm not really sure because, again, I haven't read any of his books before, so I don't know if I will digest his writing like quick at all. And then I also have Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. This is one of the few Olivia Blake books that I have left to read, and this one is shorter. However, her writing typically takes me a little bit more brain power to digest. I don't know if this one will be the same, but I think it might take me longer than one sitting or like a day to read. So I think we're going to go with Sounds Like Love because I do devour her books and her writing. So we're going to pick this one, a book that I can binge in one sitting. I totally could if I put my mind to it and just read all day. I could totally finish this in one sitting. Okay. The next prompt. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, it's a blue one. Okay. This one feels maybe kind of long. Oh my gosh, this one's so funny. It's perfect. She's sitting right there. So this one is Kimber Chooses. Kimber is my dog. So I think what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to pick 2 books that I really want to read and then put them on the floor with treats on them and see which one she picks. Please hold. Okay, so the books that she will be choosing between are The Names and People We Meet on Vacation. Okay, take it. Oh, The Names. Okay. You can have that one too. Kimmies, you can have this treat too. Good girl. Okay, The Names it is. Okay, so she went to The Names by Florence Knapp first. So The Names is what we will be putting on our TBR. And I think we have one more prompt left. And I really want to read People We Meet on Vacation. So I hope that I can pick that one, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one more. This is a big TBR. I really want to read People We Meet on Vacation. I mean, I also really want to read these, but I would be okay if I didn't read those in August and read them in September. Okay, last prompt. Please be a good one. Please let me pick People We Meet on Vacation. Please. Okay, what is it? It's another long one. My lowest rated book. Alrighty, well, I have to pull up Goodreads. I'm gonna grab my iPad. I'm pretty sure I know what my lowest rated book is because I've gotten this prompt a lot of times and I have not read that book. So I'm pretty sure I know. And honestly, I might cheat a little bit with this prompt and just pick my lowest rated book out of my spring summer TBR. I might do that. I do think I'm going to cheat, and I think I'm just going to go through this selection of books I have up here and pick whatever one is the lowest rated. So let's see. We have The Identicals by and then we have Alone with You in the Ether. Let's see next. The Happy Ever After playlist. 4.7, I that one. Was here. 4.9, it's not here. So I'm Beautiful Ruin. Beautiful Ruins. There it is. 3.68. Oh, okay. I'm actually it's not. I'm pretty sure audio for it. The Island of Seaman Creature has a good rating. I looked up one of Seaman. Yeah, 4.2. That's not so far. People we meet on vacation. 3.85. Good. So I mean, only higher than only the Ether. Like that book. Sorry. Creative Life. 4.1. I just know I probably has a rating as well because it's pretty popular. Hotel conditions. Yeah, 4.3. That's Street Life. Page Fury has a 4.4. Cold-minded. I want Azure. 3.8. To be honest, I'm high Cedar. Races. That's probably a more than 3.7. No, that was the lowest. 3.70. Lowest one so far. Three Sisters. Susan Mallory. 4.01. 1 from Emmy. 3.7. Also 3.7. Okay, so these two so far are tied. Okay. Make Believe a Match. By Millie Harlow. 4.1. That's good. That's series. Because there's more. Okay, so our two options that are currently tied, and not really either of the books I wanted to read. Off to the Races by Elsie Silver and One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Like I said, I kind of want to save this one for fall. I think it would be better suited for that. Even though I am really drawn to it, I think that's what I'm going to do. Plus, I don't think that one is technically on my spring summer TBR, and I know that Off to the Races is. This is on my spring summer TBR, and it is also on my 25 and 2025 list. So this one is what we're going to pick. The next option was Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. That one had a 3.78. So yeah, this one is the lowest rated with 3.70. Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I don't know why this cover gives winter to me. I think it might be the colors, but it's about horses, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I think she comes to work on his farm to deal with one of his horses, like he's having an issue with one of his race horses or something. So yeah, this is going to be the next book. The final book on our TBR officially for August is Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. Okay, to do a little recap of all of the books that I have to read in August. I mean, I don't have to. This is kind of like, I don't always read as many books as I put on my TBR. It's kind of like a to be considered, if you will, a smaller TBR than my actual TBR to help me make decisions, because I have a hard time doing that when I have a lot of options. So this kind of narrows it down for me a little bit to also choose. I don't have to always stick to these books, but yeah. So for my TBR graveyard, I pulled The Many Daughters of Afong Moy by Jamie Ford. I don't 100% know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, so forgive me if I am not. But there's that one. We'll see if I get to it or not in August. For a book chosen by my dog, we got The Names by Florence Knapp. I am excited to read this, and it is a little bit shorter of a book, so that is also exciting. I do love a shorter book. For a book I could binge in one sitting, we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, a nice quick little book. This is her newest release, and I'm very excited for it. I have enjoyed all of her other books. For a New York Times bestseller, we have Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. Very excited to get to this one as well. Again, it's supposed to be similar in the sense of like coming of age female friendship. as Firefly Lane, and I'm excited for that. A book with a number in the title, we chose The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks. I'm excited to see if I like Nicholas Sparks or not. For my lowest rated book that we cheated a little bit on, we have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This isn't my lowest rated book on my entire TBR, but just off of my top shelf for my spring summer TBR, we have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. And I'm excited to start the Gold Rush Ranch series. That is the first series that she wrote, and it's the only one that I haven't read yet. So, and then we have Severed Heart by Kate Stewart. We are just going to continue this book, this brick of a book. And then last but not least, we have A Night in the Moth by Rachel Gillig, her newest release that I have to return to the library. So this will be my next read after our book club book for July, and I'm very excited to get to this one as well. But yeah, those are all of the books on my August TBR chosen by my TBR jar. So give this a like, comment down below if any of these I should read sooner, if you've read any of them, what your opinion was on them, if there's any books that you would recommend based on the few books that I've mentioned that I enjoy. Let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching.